please.
Good afternoon. You may be seated. We are in court on the case of State of Ohio versus Jeffrey Ryan, 2015 CR 259. The state is represented by County Prosecutor Nicholas Iarocci and Chief Assistant County Prosecutor Cecilia Cooper. The defendant is in court and he is represented by Attorney David Perdue. The attorneys and the court have had a chance to have a brief discussion in chambers, and we've decided that there are a few things we prefer to put on the record. First of all, Mr. Ryan, Mr. Perdue has been retained by you to represent you in this case, correct?
Yes.
And you've had a chance to meet with Mr. Perdue on more than one occasion?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you satisfied with the meetings you've had with Mr. Perdue?
Yes, I am.
Has he done everything that you've asked him to do that he's legally and ethically permitted to do as an attorney? Okay, and he's doing everything for you that he is permitted to do as a lawyer?
As far as I know, yes.
Okay, and at this point in time, was there anything that any complaints or anything whatsoever you have with Mr. Perdue?
Not at this time.
So you're happy with him as your lawyer? And you want to keep him as your lawyer?
Yes.
Okay. Now, a plea offer was made in chambers by the state to your lawyer. It was suggested that we put that in court and on the record so that it's clear that that offer is being communicated to you, so that you know that if you accept the plea, what type of sentence you would be facing. At this time, I will call upon County Prosecutor Nicholas Iarocci to orally state the offer that you had indicated in chambers, and then at this time we can have a response to that offer. Mr. Iarocci.
Thank you, Your Honor. The state would offer the defendant a plea to count 1 of the indictment, that being aggravated murder. We would ask that the forfeiture specification under count 1 be granted so that the gun would be forfeited along with the remaining ammunition. We would agree that if the defendant were to enter a plea of guilty to count 1 of the indictment with the forfeiture specification, that the state would dismiss the balance of the indictment, and with the recommendation that the defendant be sentenced to 20 years to life in prison with that conviction.
Thank you, Mr. Iarocci. Mr. Perdue, I know you indicated in chambers you have been meeting with your client and you have communicated different things to him. Mr. Ryan, you've had a chance to hear that formally. Mr. Ryan did file with the court a time waiver on July 2nd of this year, together with a request for the continuance, which has been granted. It just has not yet shown up on the system because of the delay. We've discussed that in chambers. So, Mr. Perdue, was there anything further that you felt needed to be brought before the court at this time?
No, sir, Your Honor, not at this time. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Iarocci, anything further?
Nothing further, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you, Sergeant. You can remove Mr. Ryan from the courtroom back to the jail. I'm just going to ask that everyone else stay seated until the deputies have had a chance to transport Mr. Ryan.